All right, how about that? Can you hear me now? Thanks for telling me that, Natasha. Appreciate that. Let me just change this up to where we have. I'm going to double check over here. Check. Can you hear me now all right? Check 1, 2. There we go. Should be able to hear me all right now. How about it, Natasha? Let me check over here. All right, cool. I'm going to show you a little bit of this so that we can start from the beginning. And welcome to the Coach Dave Show. Today on a special edition of Coffee Chat, we are talking about a subject that happens a lot, and it happens when people just think that your view is different than theirs or they don't like you personally. It happens both ways, and we're talking about the subject today of bullying. Have you ever been bullied? Do you run from it? Do you stand up to it? Do you just say, I'm better than that and walk the other way? Or do you confront it? And that's the question today: is what do you do when someone is bullying you? My mode used to be that I would run away from it, not say anything, be quiet, be small in the corner, and that is no more. And there's some changes in my life that I'm going through and some things that are going on that have changed my view of that. And yesterday I was experiencing an internet situation where someone was basically telling me that my view needed to be quiet and I needed to quit and I needed to stop. And that is no longer. I'm not going to just sit down, be quiet, and stop. If your opinion is loud enough to be heard, so is mine. And I know that sounds just a little bit rough and it sounds just a little bit pointed. Hey, Shannon, how's it going? We've got Natasha over there on Periscope. Hey, Natasha, good to see you. And my friend April is here. April, it's good to see you. And we've also got Angel over there. And welcome to the show. I have to stretch that over. Angel and Brent. Okay. All right. So Periscope is a little bit glitchy when it comes to, there we go. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument. Periscope is a little bit glitchy, but that's all right. So anyway, it's not necessary to, if you don't agree with someone's point of view, hey, you can go ahead and say that. But when you start to call out their name, you start to say that they are less of a person or more an objectionable person, then you really have gone over the line and someone needs to call you on it. So I'm not going to call out a name because you know who you are. But when you decide to make someone by name smaller, you've gone over the line. Do you guys agree? Do you not agree? If you agree, you can come in and sit down. If you disagree strongly, we even more want you to come in and sit down and express your opinion. And if you can't express your opinion face to face with your real name on the screen, okay, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, welcome to Coffee Chat, guys. I'm saying what's on my mind. Will you say what's on your mind? Angel and Brent are asking, what system am I using to stream? I am using actually two systems. I am using OBS for my screens, and I am using StreamYard. I'm using StreamYard. Let me show you a StreamYard banner so you can look at it, see their logo, see how they spell it. And you can use StreamYard for free. If you want to use StreamYard for free, you can go on over to bit.ly/go live with me and get StreamYard for free. That rhymes. And you can also get a $10 free credit if you decide you want to use any of the premium features. $10 credit towards your first month of use of premium features. So that's pretty cool. And yeah. So let's see. April says, I encourage people who don't understand the dreams of others to actually have a fluid voice-to-voice conversation with those other people. Having a one-sided conversation will probably not get a person very far in their thinking. And also just hanging back. Thank you for following, Stoned Cat. Appreciate that. Having a conversation face-to-face. There we go. One-sided conversations probably don't get very far in your thinking. And that's very true. So, and there we have a new follower, Stoned Cat, over there on Mixer. Thanks for following. Appreciate that. So if you guys agree, you don't agree, I appreciate all of the input. That's what Coffee Chat is for, a face-to-face conversation. And I'm telling you like it is. I'm telling you what I believe. I'm not standing in a corner or behind a text chat box telling you with an assumed name that I believe something. So the truth is the truth, and stand up for it. Don't be pushed around. I was pushed around too much of my life, and I don't appreciate that being perpetrated on me more than anybody else appreciates it being perpetrated on them. And you know, there's a group of friends that I have that not everybody agrees with, and that's okay. And there's you know, there's a thing called I don't agree with you, and that's okay. But to say I don't agree with you because you're smaller than me and I'm bigger than you, or I don't agree with you because you're abusing me with your point of view, get a spine, stand up for your point of view. You don't have to belittle others in order to have your point of view understood, agreed with, heard in the marketplace of the internet or anywhere else in life. And you know, just grow up. So that's my opinion. And if Coffee Chat is too strong for you, put a little creamer in it. If you don't like the strong coffee, maybe you can find a show that agrees with your abuse of people on the internet. And I'm sorry about that. So that's just something that is going to that's going to be a fact. Yeah, it is crazy, Shannon. It's crazy. And I don't know if you were aware of any of that calling out and you know, hiding behind an assumed name and all that. It's crazy. I'm just going to say it's crazy. And so bullying is a real thing in America. It's not only in the schools, it's in the public eye. And you see it in politics all the time. And you see it. There we go. Is that a one-liner? I don't know if that qualifies as a one-liner, but it's all about whether or not you stand up for what you stand up for as a person, and you know, not making any excuses. I'm not making any excuses for what I stand up for, and I'm also not hiding. Dave Brown is my real name. You can find me all over the internet. And in fact, the final screen here has links to everywhere that I am on the internet. So, you know, if you want to find me, you can find me. If you want to agree with me, you can agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, then go to bit.ly/join the room. There's a green button there. Use it. Come on in and chat with me and tell me face to face you don't agree with me, but don't belittle me and don't try to make me less than I am, because I am more than a person who tries to make me less than I am. And I know that sounds harsh. I know it sounds like I'm judging. I know it sounds like more than just calling somebody a bad name, but you know, you can't really just call someone a name and expect expect nothing to happen unless you're a bully, and then you expect nothing to happen. Oh, they don't have the guts. Oh, they don't. They're a small person, and I'm such a big person. It just doesn't fly. And my friend Devante is also an anti-bullying advocate. He does not put up with bullying. He doesn't just sit back and listen to people bullying. And guys, if you want to check out Devante, you want to check out my friend April, my friend Roy, all of us having a honest, frank discussion. If frank discussions are a little bit much, I have to warn you, there's some frank discussion going on. But if you go to Facebook and you go over to Net Friending, you will find a few people that will get on camera and say what they really think and be honest and not put each other down. But if there's a difference of opinion, you'll see it, you'll hear it, they'll hash through it, they'll be adult about it. And, come on over and take a seat next to us, and we will be we'll be very much willing to have you pop on the screen, and face to face you can say exactly what you're thinking, and we don't have a problem with that. I keep seeing my chat over here, so guys, speak up about what you think. And I keep seeing my chat just kind of shrink stuff, and I'm really not happy with that. So I'm going to give it a 600 width, and there we go. Now when Shannon says something, it'll actually pop in there. See, there we go, Shannon. I've got your name long enough now. All right, so guys, it does look like Restream is having problems with Periscope, but then we'll see here. That's right. Well, that Frank guy, he ruffles a lot of feathers. And if you get Frank in your broadcast, you can talk to him. And not only that, if you decide you don't like your own personality, you can adopt Frank's personality and you can be frank with someone. Does that answer the question? I love it. I love the fact that humor can come along and, and make our life lighter and make our ways a lot easier to understand. And, it's a fun thing to be able to do, as well as, let me just show you a little bit about Coach Dave. All right, research shows us we have to take a break every 13 seconds. Natasha, you can't see the chat from over here. Actually, you can. We were having a frank discussion, or so I was referring, and April said, "Why are we discussing Frank?" Little tongue in cheek. And you got to appreciate April, because her tongue points the same direction. Tongue in her mouth points the same direction as the tongue in her shoe. I think I got that right. She'll tell me if I did. So anyway, guys, I'm not on here for very long today, but we are discussing. Hey, hello from Orlando, Lily. It's good to have you in. Thanks a lot. And my friend Nicole is in here too. Hi, Nicole. Good morning. Good morning. And my co-host many times on Net Friending. And soon, Devante and I are probably going to have a new show. We're hashing it out, and we're kind of tossing things in the air and seeing where they land. Devante, very good to have you. Devante, today's show is about bullying. And should we bully people? Should we stand back and be an object and a target of bullying? For many years, because I'm not a very big guy, you can tell I'm kind of small boned, and I'm only 5'8". And yes, I am fully grown. I'm only 5'8", so I suffered a lot of bullying from people in school who were just generally larger in stature than I am. And as a real person in the world now, and as an adult who has rational thought, I don't have to just stand and take some bullying and not say anything about it and run away like I used to, because if I didn't run away before, I'd be battered and bruised because I'm just a small guy. So We are definitely anti-bullying, and we are, yes, definitely. I'm looking forward to it too. We're anti-bullying. We are anti-abuse. We are anti-making somebody look small because their opinion is different than you. Their opinion can be different, but that doesn't make them smaller. It doesn't make them any less of a person. It doesn't make their opinion any less valid than it makes yours. And the truth is the truth. If your opinion happens to be different than the truth, you might want to check that. And just like we said earlier, I think that is going to be a Coach Dave Brown one-liner. If coffee chat is too strong for you, get a little creamer. And I don't know, we might incorporate that into something, maybe an ad for coffee chat. And guys, coffee chat is online and live Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. So just check that out. And if you want to pop into the broadcast, I've got a green button for the green room over at bit.ly/join the room. So anyone is welcome to pop on in, and we can talk about the subject matter, which today happens to be about bullying. Are you a bully? Do you like to be bullied? Do you stand when someone bullies you, or do you just cower in the corner and say, you're right, I'm wrong, I'm small? And if you're bullying somebody, do you have the guts? Do you have the wherewithal? Do you have the security in your own identity to use your real name, come on a real program, and talk face to face in real time and present your case? You can present your case, and we'll see what's going on with that. So it looks like, I'm just checking Restream. It looks like we do have all the networks on Restream. So we're there, we're good, and we're definitely not hiding in the corner. Nicole says, when somebody bullies you, it says more about them. That's right. If you are bullying somebody and you're really just hanging out and deciding that you're going to try and make somebody look a little less in the eyes of everyone around. And that's the thing that really gets me, is when somebody says, I'm so insecure about myself that I have to make everybody look like Dave Brown is abusing me, come and defend me. I'm so abused because somebody called me a name. Then you kind of have to think about that and say, well, come on. If you don't like it, come on, bit.ly/join the room. Join this room and sit down in a chair and we'll talk about it. But if you can't do that, I don't know. I'm trying to not be judgmental about someone who has a lack of being able to do that. So, and maybe we just need to change to a little bit more familiar or a little bit more comfortable view. I could just sit here in the living room and we could talk about it in my living room. So come on in, join the chat, bit.ly/join the room. There's a green button there. You can click on that green button, have a seat, say something, tell the truth. Tell the truth. It's great having you guys here. Natasha says, I like that, Natasha. Who's Frank? Natasha is over there. For Humanities over there on Periscope is definitely my friend. That's Shannon. And if you guys know anybody who likes to just sit down and yak and talk and have a conversation, send them over to the green room and we can pop them in here, see what you're all about, see if you can stand up for your values. That's there's a lot of stuff going on politically where people aren't standing up. There's a lot of stuff going on in the public eye where people aren't standing up. And you know what? Bullying in our schools has created live gunfire in our schools. And come on, guys, do we need to bully people and have them come back years later and fire guns at us? That's not good either. So that's bullying of a different kind. So, whether you're playing victim or whether you're playing the bully, all of that stuff just doesn't need to happen. what is the thing that they said years ago? Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just get along? There's enough bad in the world that we need some good in the world, right? So I want to invite you guys to come over and see the show over in Net Friending, and just check it out and see if you fit. If it's a fit, then come on in and have a seat and talk with us. Natasha over there on Periscope says she was bullied in her first call as a pastor. And, again, that's somebody doesn't like your position. Somebody doesn't like your stature. Somebody doesn't like where you stand. And all they can think to do is rough you up in some way or another. And if you don't have that kind of a personality where you know who you are, come on in and have a frank discussion. Let's ask you some questions about truth. Let's ask you some questions about what's real and what's honest and real in your life, and give some honest answers, and let's go from there. Let's talk to, I don't know where he is, I guess his voice isn't in this show. I was looking around to see if I could figure out where that mysterious voice is, that Roy guy. But that Roy guy every once in a while will show up, and you'll hear the voice and you'll hear things that seems like it comes out of nowhere. This voice that just resonates. It hasn't resonated yet in my dreams, Roy, so you're not strong enough for me. I think I need some black coffee, some really strong coffee today. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you coming in. If you know somebody who's been bullied and they want to sit down, have a conversation, somebody who is a bully and they have enough security in their own identity to sit down and have a real conversation, point them over to bit.ly/join the room. They can show up here any day, sit down on coffee chat. And what we'll do is, even if what they want to talk about is not the exact topic that we're talking about, if it's just a little bit different, instead of zigging, we will be more than happy to zag with them a little bit. And, we like to talk to people who are real. We like to talk to people who will sit down and say, let's be friends. Let's get to know each other. Let's be transparent. It's a good thing. Transparency isn't scary if you have people who are secure enough that you can trust to do it with you. And the question is, what do you trust? Who do you trust? It's not just a blank check. Trust isn't a blank check. Trust is an openness to write a check that's worthwhile, to write a check from your life to another person. And it's not just a blank check for somebody to run all over the top of you. That's not what trust is. Trust is saying, I'm open, I'm honest. And yeah, exactly. Shannon over there on Periscope, she says they're scared. They are scared. And Lily agrees. Trust is not a blank check for someone to run over you with a truck. Trust is a check that is valuable from your openness and your vulnerability to theirs. So if you believe that, you're on track with talking with someone honestly about trust. So come on in and talk sometime. Again, our hours of operation here at the Coffee Chat Cafe is Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to whenever it ends. Sometimes it ends early. Sometimes when we have people that pop in here, it's going to take a while. So we will be flexible with that. But 7 a.m. Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. on the East Coast. Guys, I'm going to leave you with the closing screen, but I'm also going to leave you with this thought. Do you trust people in order to enough to be transparent with them? Do you trust people in order to be or to be open with people and receive transparency and give transparency and vulnerability? If you don't, and you need some caring people to talk to that are trustworthy and true, you need to stop in Coffee Chat, pop in here, and we'll have an honest and non-accusatory, an honest and free, and just a simple conversation. And so you are invited. I'm personally inviting you to the Coffee Chat Cafe. Pop on in. And guys, with that, I'm going to say God bless. Love you guys. And we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow is episode 10 of Coffee Chat. Take care. We'll see you 7 a.m. Pacific, and we'll see you at 10 a.m. Zakia, we were just taking off, but check out this replay. We're talking about bullying and how bullying just doesn't work, even in today's society where a lot of people have a lot of access to platforms that can encourage them to be a bully or can facilitate that. So check out the replay. If you check on a replay, type in #replay, and God bless. Talk to you guys later on Coffee Chat tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Central. God bless. Goodbye.